Is going on, nerds and nerdettes? It's your boy Stevie B with this week's haul video. Started off with, let's talk about the news. This is what's new this week. Oh, this little thing happened. The war in Gaza is over. Yeah, or stage one is over. The hostages have been released, and the left still can't give Trump an attaboy for anything. It's like, oh, the war in Gaza is over. The hostages are all being released, and all they can do is go, Epstein files, January text. Sing a different tune, but the legacy media has actually, the far left leaning, radical left news sources are actually having to admit that Trump did something good, and I know it's like masturbating with a cheese grater for those guys to have to do that, but anyway, happy to hear it. No matter what side of the political party you're on, you got to be happy the hostages are home, and you're gonna have to give the big orange bad guy credit. I know it sucks. It's terrible, isn't it? Oh, maybe get your news source from somewhere other than TikTok. Anyway, season 2 finale of Peacemaker ended, and if you haven't seen it, spoiler warning, so you might want to click ahead a few seconds to the comic books, but I'll talk about it a little bit. Not really much to spoil. Essentially, Peacemaker season 2 was one big long teaser trailer for Superman sequel. It really, it's all it really was. It wasn't. I mean, if you watched season 1 of Peacemaker, it was entertaining, lighthearted, and it was fun. I didn't care for it when I watched it the first time. Honestly, because I was expecting something a little more serious, and then when it was comedic, I was kind of like, well, taken back. Then when I watched it again, I actually kind of enjoyed it. But season 2, completely different tone. Little less lighthearted, little more serious and dramatic. They're praising John Cena for 2 scenes out of the entire 8-episode series where he could act. Sorry, John Cena not known for being a good actor. I'm sorry, which is weird because in WWE he delivered some of the best promos ever. He destroyed The Rock in a promo. He's just anybody put him in there with or put him in the ring with, and they have him shoot a promo on, he just destroys them. So he's good at that. Why does he suck so bad at acting? I don't know, but he's not a very good actor. Let's be honest. At any rate, so season 2, essentially big setups for Superman sequel. As it turns out, Rick Flag Sr. Partners up with Lex Luthor. He thinks he's partnering up with Lex Luthor, but Lex Luthor's actually just manipulating him to get what he wants, because Peacemaker had the technology to open dimensional portals that Lex tried to do in the original in the first Superman movie, but his were unstable, and these Peacemaker's portals are stable, very stable. So Lex wants to get his hands on this, and as it turns out, they want to get their hands on it because they wanted to find one dimension where they could send all the metahumans, or Rick Flag says all the super villains, the metahuman villains that Arkham can't hold and Belle Reve can't hold, they could send into this pocket dimension. That's, like they call it salvation. They call the dimension salvation. It's uninhabited, peaceful Earth similar. I mean, it's same air quality and same everything as Earth, and resources, plenty of resources. So they're not sending them somewhere to be tortured, just sending them somewhere where they can't escape, and they're out of his hair. But Rick Flag thinks they're using it to send away metahuman villains. But Luthor wants it to send. This is where he wants to trap Superman. So, at any rate, so that's what the whole thing is. And then the big bomb that they dropped on the on season 6, I think it was. Pretty sure season 6, where Peacemaker's ideal world, where his brother and father are still alive, turns out to be Nazi land. So that was the only real big bomb that they dropped, and then they kind of skated over it like it was like, holy crap, that was a thing. So, but they really didn't dive into it very much. But at any rate, basically, like I said, the whole season 2 Peacemaker episode, it was one long teaser trailer for Superman, Man of Tomorrow, setting it up for Lex Luthor to create this pocket dimension, which I imagine is where the new villain's going to come from. Probably Brainiac, I think, is the rumor. Brainiac probably will come from one of these dimensions. They went into a Candyland dimension where the little imps that were referred to in one of the previous seasons by Peacemaker's dad, the little imps that attacked him and damn near killed him, and they escaped. So, a couple of them got through the doorway. They didn't really focus on them. They made it appear as though they killed all of them. They got through, but there's a good possibility that one or two of them may have gotten through. And an imp, now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm going to... Isn't Mr. Mixelplixik an imp? But who knows? But anyway, they opened several dimensional portals, and none of them really, except for the one with the black hole in it, which is where they sent the Superman clone in the first movie. They opened that dimension to a black hole and sucked him in. But since he has the same powers as Superman, he probably survives, and he'll probably come back, and that's how we're going to get Bizarro. But they showed one spider skull dimension that it looked familiar to me. That image looked so familiar to me, and I can't place it where I've seen it before. So if you've seen it and you recognized it, please post a comment please post it in the comments and let me know where that's from. But those spider skulls look so familiar, and I can't place where I've seen them before. Rumor has it that James Gunn really wanted Deadpool to be in one of those pocket dimensions, but it's not rumor. He said he really wanted to find a way to put Deadpool in it, but there was too much red tape and too many hoops to jump through to make it happen, so it just couldn't happen. But that would have been funny. I could see him pop in there and him going, "Hey, no, get out of here, go, wrong dimension, guys." But so season 2 for me was a bit of a disappointment. The ending of it wasn't much cliffhanger-ish as much as it was sets up for checkmate. Adebayo, however you pronounce her name, and the others all form checkmate as to be, Amanda Waller's good version of of Amanda Waller's institution. So, but in the comics, Amanda Waller ends up getting involved in that. So somehow, so who knows? But they created Checkmate, and Rick Flag captures Peacemaker and traps him in that pocket dimension, and that's how it ended. And I'm going, well. So yeah, just a big setup. So 2 years from now, when the next Superman movie comes out, this will have all set that up. So I was a little disappointed. I am looking forward, however, to Batman Nightfall animated movie. I'm guessing it's going to be a 3-parter broken up into Nightfall, Night Quest, and Night's End. So it's a pretty iconic Batman story, and I'm looking forward to seeing that in 2026. So next year sometime, probably, like the others, straight to streaming and DVD, whatever, Blu-ray. So anyway, that's a lot of filler because I only got 4 books to show you. But we have one that's going to be kind of fun. Oh, duh. I guess I should explain the thumbnail. Disaster has happened. That's Stevie B's man cave here. And let's see if I can just bring it over here and show you. Yep. My bottom shelf of my display just completely ripped right out of the wall and fell. Don't ask me how. There wasn't enough weight on that should have happened. But now I'm going to have to figure out a way to fix that. So yeah, luckily everything was in hard acrylic cases. So thank you, Gator Guard, and appreciate that because they protected all my books. They were all in Gator Guards except a couple that were from the from that website or from that Amazon order that I was the Wonder. Shit, I can never remember the name of that company. I always put the link for it in the description of that video when I bring them up. But anyway, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of drywall work, patch that up, and probably gonna get me a couple of butterfly clamps to poke through there and clamp them back out. So there you go. I paid off thumbnail, so it's not clickbait. But anyway, I only got a couple of comic books to show off, but I did get one of the DC Knockout blind bags, so we'll open that last. But we did get, I had to pick this up. This is kind of in honor of my girlfriend. She loves Elvira, so I picked this up, and it's a Palmiotti cover, foil cover. Elvira, Harley Quinn. It's a one-shot, I do believe. Yeah. Of course, that ring light's going to make the foil almost impossible to show off, but foily goodness. Look at that. The ring around her face. But that's the bad thing about loving foil covers and having a ring light. Next up, I did pick up a copy of the Amazing Spider-Man Torn. First appearance of Evangelina, this chick right here. So we'll see if this character pans out. Kind of a cool concept though. But definitely. But I did get the foil variant, of course. Of course I got the foil. I kind of wished I would have got a copy of the one that had the Evangeline on the cover. And then next up we got Laura Kinney, Sabretooth #1. And of course I got her as in the Sabretooth gear. I'm a big fan of the Sabretooth character. Not so much a fan of X-23. But I thought I'd give it a shot and see what happened. The first appearance, of course, of Laura Kinney as Sabretooth. All right, last but not least, let the drum roll begin. So now I wanted to preface this opening by saying, of course, I haven't opened it. Clearly, it's still sealed. But I don't know if you all knew this or not. And I'm not going to say what it is until I open it, just because it could be wrong. But yeah, it's unopened. I don't think I'm shaking. It's like I'm performing a magic trick or something. But if you go on the CLZ and scan this barcode, it gives you an image of what it gives a specific book. It doesn't bring up a list of books. It gives a specific one. So I'm going to use my scissors and cut this. I don't know why. Poly bags are something that are a little controversial amongst collectors. I, for one, am of the belief that if the poly bag is not part of the, like Superman 75, the black poly bag with the, bloody red S, I leave it in that poly bag because that's kind of what it is, that's kind of the iconic part of it. But for the most part, poly bags, if you send them to CGC, they're going to take them out of the poly bag. Anyway, so I think over time that the poly bags are not good for them. I'm trying to get a hold of it. There's okay, here we go. So here is my DC Knockout blind bag. Why am I having so much trouble getting a hold of this book? There we go. My blind bag. That doesn't want to come out. What in the actual hell? Well, reveal fail. Okay. The corners were getting hung up in the... So each bag includes one randomly inserted foil variant cover by a superstar artist. And there it is. And it is not what the barcode pulled up. The barcode, when you scanned it, pulled up the Javier Hernandez full variant, and that is not. This is the Scott Koblish and Hi-Fi foil variant. This, I know that ring light really makes it hard to see the cover, but not. All right, for the cover reveal, there we go. A little better. So nice, cool cover. Superman kicking Shazam's ass. All right, not bad. I don't know if there is a print run or how many of these there are. Probably a bunch, but not too bad. Not too bad. I kind of dig it. So so this barcode doesn't spoil what's in it. I'm glad. I really am. Because I was thinking, geez, way to go, DC. Ruined the surprise. But so I need to leave that out because I need to scan it. I need to scan the actual barcode so that I get the right one in there. But very nice. So I actually ordered 2 more of these just because I saw that they were virgin foils. Or, well, I guess it's not a virgin. It's got the logo. Well, yeah, I would say it's a virgin. But since it's got these in it, I'm a little excited about that. I think that's cool. So I ordered 2 more of those. Plus, I went back and ordered, because Midtown still has the knockout, or the blind as a bat bags. So I ordered one of those to see what happened. Figure since we haven't done mystery boxes in a while, that's the next best thing. But anyway, that is going to do it for this week's haul. Like I said, next week we will have 2 more knockout blind bags and the one blind as a bat bag. And a couple other surprises that I ordered from eBay. So I can't wait to show you those. But that's going to do it for this one. Before you go, wish me luck on the fixing my busted shelf. But before you go, do all those YouTube things we'd love for you to do. Like, subscribe, comment, share. And we will see you in the next one. Peace.